Hi everyone, blessed be, and I thought I would chat today to you about altars and what do you need an altar, what do you need to have on the altar, what should go where, that sort of thing. And the simple answer is to all of that is whatever you want. Honestly, whatever feels right to you, whatever you want. Now, depending on what traditions you follow will depend on what you might think you need. Like if you're Wiccan, you might want to have an athame, you might want to have representation of the male and female. You're going to want this. I can't remember everything because I'm not Wiccan, but basically there's like set things to have on an altar space, and you can follow that if you want, or you can just decide no and follow whatever you like. You don't have to have an altar space if you don't want to. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I have a larger altar space, like the one I currently have. Sometimes I have a smaller one. Sometimes I have a little miniature one on my desk. It's up to you. You don't have to. You can put on your altar whatever feels right to you. I personally do like to tie in my altar space to the current season or Sabbath, the current part of the Wheel of the Year that we're on, because I do use the Wheel of the Year myself. So for Yule, obviously Christmas time, Yule, I will have a Yule themed altar with like winter colours and colours that you would associate with Christmas time, like the reds, the greens, the berries, the mistletoe, snow. I've even put fake snow on my altar before, just a little sprinkling, pine cones with glitter on, that sort of thing, lots of candles. Then for in bulk, I will have different things depending on what I'm doing. So this year I felt I needed to have a Bridget's cross and a Bridget doll on my altar. I've got plants, I've got candles, I've got incense, I've got my big white candle that I use, I've got my stag ornament, I've got more candles this time than I had last time. I've got some fake flowers on there for some brightness on my altar. For Ostara, which is coincides with Easter, I would have, and obviously represents new life, new growth, the spring, the life coming back into the world, so the plants are growing, the lambs are being born, that sort of thing. I will have like some representations of some little eggs on my altar. I will have colours associated with that part, like festival, which is like more pastel-y type of colours. Then for Beltane, I will have things associated with Beltane. So for like my Beltane altar, I would have, it's a fire festival and it's the halfway point between spring and summer. So I would have colours associated with Beltane, I would have crystals associated with Beltane, lots of candles, that sort of thing. And then for Litha, I would have, obviously summer solstice, I would have lots of sort of summery colours, lots of flowers, lots of reds and yellows, and just my altar's quite bright and tends to have a lot of flowers at that time. And then the next one would be Lanasa, and that's where it's kind of like it's the first harvest. So I might have some wheat on my altar space, I might have grains. I would have probably start changing my altar for more autumnal colours. For Mabon, I would have lots of autumn leaves and pine cones and that sort of thing. And then obviously as you move into Samhain, which is the final harvest of the year, and obviously the final harvest of the year, I would have pumpkins on there, I would have lots of oranges, lots of autumn leaves, crystals associated with Selwyn, that sort of thing. So obviously I tend to rotate it around depending on the wheel of the year, not the point on the wheel of the year that we are. So basically a lot of the time my altars tend to be spring, summer, autumn and winter themed, and they just cycle through that. I don't tend to do anything for Valentine's or Lupercalia. I don't do anything for that. I just stick to the wheel of the year for me personally. But if you didn't want to have an altar space, you don't have to have an altar space. It's up to you. As for what must go on your altar, put whatever you want on there. You could have I don't know, anything you want really, anything that represents anything important to you. So for me, I tend to have my stag ornaments always on there, my large white candles always on there. I like to put plants on there, candles, crystals, incense. I have these little good luck jars that I've made with herbs and things in. I tend to put those on. I've got my bottle of moon water, I've got my charcoal incense burner. I also place my jewellery and my watch on there when I'm not wearing them. If I've done a tarot reading for that day or that week, I will have that on display on my altar space. So I'm just looking at my altar now. I've got my natural wood pentacle I made. I've got my flower crown moon dream catcher thing I made. I've got my moon decoration. I've got my bells. I've got some bells and sticks. I've got my spare moon water. I've got my candle snuffer, my what do you call them? My runes. Lost the word then. So yeah, I mean, you put on your altar whatever you want. You don't have to follow the rules, like any specific rules. You do what's right for you and what feels right for me. I do what feels right for me. You do what feels right for you. You don't even have to have an altar space if you don't want to. And you don't have to have all the stuff that they say you've got to have. You can have simple tea light candles if you want. You can have a couple of crystals on there. You know, that's what you can do. You know, it's up to you. So don't let anyone dictate to you what should and shouldn't be on your altar. It is totally up to you. It's what feels right for you. If you put something on your altar space and you think, oh no, I don't like that, take it off. If you are sitting there looking at your altar space and then your brain goes, you need to put a red crystal on there, put a red crystal on there. If your brain goes, yeah, you need that little bird ornament you've got on there, put the little bird ornament on there. You put whatever you like on there. I always like to have some sort of representation of nature, which is why I have plants, my stag ornament, my robin ornament, and my plants, and I put flowers on there and that sort of thing. So yeah, I've waffled on for a bit, but hopefully you get the point that you don't have to have anything on your altar. You don't have to have an altar if you don't want to. And if you do have an altar, it's up to you what you put on it. I've seen people use ornaments that you wouldn't normally associate with an altar. They've used those ornaments on their altar space to represent something. I've got my Buddha statue, which is like just a decorative one. It's not like one from like a temple or anything. It was like one from the range, actually. I had that for the longest time on my altar space, but I actually feel it's better placed now on my windowsill with my plants. I may put it back over time, I don't know. I just tend to go with what feels right. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Blessed be, and bye for now.